Hello and welcome. This all started with Pierce Brosnan's home in Malibu. He sold it for $100 million, and we thought, what if instead of one home for $100 million, we looked for $2 million homes around the country? And so that's what we've been doing. So this is a review of the first 25 homes we found. And so, we did what all the kids love, which is an Excel spreadsheet. The kids loves the Excel. Here we go. So our first 25 homes, we had them kind of all over. I purposely kind of zigzag crisscross the country, and they went from $2 million down to just about 1.5. Some states it was harder to find it. The high was 18,000 square feet, and also had the most baths at 10 baths, and the cost per square foot for that one was just $106. The smallest one was in Idaho, because I still can't figure out why, and its cost per square foot was $736 per square foot. Total for all 25 houses, it was $45.3 million and some change. It was 155,853 square feet. There was 114 bedrooms and 141 bathrooms. The average price was 1.8 million. Average square footage was 6.2 thousand, or 6,234.12 really. 4.56 was the average bathrooms, and 5.64 was, or I'm sorry, 4.56 was the average bedrooms. 5.64 was the average bathrooms. There's a couple that cost straight up $2 million, and the lowest was North Dakota, and that one, or was it Idaho? No, it was North Dakota was the lowest. The most square footage was in Kansas at 18,000 square feet. That'll get you 6 bedrooms. You can squeeze in 6 if you stack it just right, and 10 baths. Idaho, I don't know why, it was just this cost center. Everybody's moving there, and the prices are way inflated. New Hampshire had 8 bedrooms, and that was a nice kind of party house. I think it also had an indoor pool, and the most bathrooms, again, was in Kansas. So here we go. After this, I'm going to put the top 10 number one houses. So for each state, I had my number one for each state, but this is like overall my top 10 favorite houses. There's no side commentary; it just goes from number 10, and the number one is the last house. So enjoy. Moving on. So this one, I liked. It also had your prototypical. This was in east of Phoenix, and you have your golf courses nearby, but then all these different trail heads, and coming over here, and then going back to much more all this nature area over here you're really close to, but yet still 25 minutes to downtown Phoenix, where you could see ball games and such. um, so it was a nice mix. So this house, and all these houses may be gone. I put links in the description to everything, excuse me, and they may all be gone because the houses just turn over so fast. That's an overhead view of it. I just, to me, just having your big huge cactuses right off your pool is very, it just seems very Arizona. If someone could say, hey, bath in front of a window, ching. It had outside entertainment areas. I think the inside was not modern HGTV standards, but fairly modern, and it was just a warm and cozy house. And again, I just like the view at night would be very cool, and all this around here, the 2 cactus that look like they're about ready to get it on, was fun. So let's see their ego wall. Oh wow, somebody's a musician. Look at all that. Crazy. I wonder what the story is behind that. Somebody's got some gold records. Cool. So this one, I don't know why, but I usually it's just maybe it's too sophisticated for my vibe. But this is also different because it is located up in more northern New Hampshire. So the thing is, it's only like an hour and a half from Portland, Maine. So that's your closest big thing, but it's close to like Mount Washington and a lot more outdoorsy stuff. There's also north of it, there is a ski area north of there. This story land is like an amusement park for young kids, and then there's a ski area right around the corner. So if you're into skiing and outdoor hiking in the mountain, this would be great. And then there's several golf courses nearby. Um, I just really kind of like the area of it. Um, and the house itself, it was just the nicest combination of of all of them. The inside was good. The landscaping was all right. Didn't have like acres and acres, but it just looked nice. It was one of the more open concept ones. So if that's a big deal, so you have your kitchen here and your sit island and your table, we're all right here, and your entertainment center, and then people from upstairs can look down. So it was all connected right here in a wonderful open concept. So lots of windows, in the winter just to keep you. Oh, look at that view! Even in the winter, it looks great. Um, and then to bring it home, and I want to know if it comes with the pool table and video game. That's very important. It's got these bunk beds right now, so it's got 8 bedrooms inherently, so it's got plenty of room for people to stay. But the kicker was, it's got its own like indoor pool, family fun area with a hot tub in the back. It's got a lap pool here connected to a main pool, so you got the best of both worlds. You got a fun play pool, you got like a bar area, um, where you can cook stuff down here and just have the party just in this pool area. You have a view down if you're a creeper, I guess. I'm not sure what that's for. Um, I guess that's the staircase to look down. So I think this also even has a guest house. Has a nice outdoor deck with a. I think it has a guest house. Oh, and it's 10 minutes from Cranmore. Is this one? Not much to look at on the outside, quite honestly. But it does have 18,000 square feet, to stretch out. I don't know what some of this is almost. I don't know if it's Art Deco or what, but there's just different designs in the house. Kind of a funky bar, kind of going on there. And let's see. Let's check real quick on where. It was built in 81, so it's not like it was, built in the 30s or something, but they definitely did a different style. It's like this fireplace with the emanating out from the fireplace in a frieze-like manner was very interesting. A little baby grand sitting over there. Great place to entertain. The kitchen is just industrial strength. I mean, a lot of people try to say this, but this one definitely had that feel about it. Of a big kitchen for lots of entertaining. And it's an interesting house when you say, I'll meet you at the pool, and then as a house owner you say, which one? Here's the great thing. Indoor pool is pool 1. So, if it's snowing or raining out, you can always swim in here with your Georgia O'Keeffe wannabes paintings. And so, but that's a nice, just kind of fun little indoor play pool, and just pedestrian kind of other things. It's got a big workout area and a pool table and a viewing room, screening room. It's got a tennis court, and it's got with the basketball goal on it, and then your next pool, in case you need another one. If you need to keep the party going with your little dolphin friend statues. And it also had, in addition, its own little playground which I mean looks like, and it had, I assume this is like a little kiddie pool, but that's a nice touch because if you have little friends, and it had a bunch of benches around it so you could sit and kind of watch everybody. But I just thought that would be a nice house. Oh, and that was located in, let me see. So, there's Kansas City up here. So, I think it's Wichita. So, not totally out of the way, but kind of out of the way if you just want a peaceful place to relax. Which you'll see in the other video later is one of our 10,000 square foot plus homes. This is on the outskirts, almost due west of Chicago. But there was lots nearby for suburb living. There was like a huge Oak Brook Center, a huge mall there, and all kinds of, like, I think there's a Target right around the corner, and golf courses and all that stuff. But I really like the look of this house. I like the porches. You drive up to it, it looks like, okay, I could get that $2 million homes. They put a lot of just details even into the ceilings, or that they cut out holes, or added the molding. They added some more styles to just making everything white. Don't get me wrong, they added a lot of white, but they did mix it up. It is 5 bedrooms, 8 baths. You have a 3 seasons room in the back. But what was really cool was they have an indoor pool entertainment area. So any time of the year, you could just have your own little getaway here, and it had a little kitchen next to it, so you could cook and serve and be with everybody having a good time. So there you go. I think it had 1.6 acres. So you have your privacy attached to it as well. So, and rich people like to bathe in front of windows. So, and there was a downstairs there, on top of everything else. If you didn't have enough room, there's a downstairs bar, billiards, entertainment area. So it was just a very relaxing, fun, and you look around, you kind of see your neighbors a little bit, but not really. So it's a nice combination of city living and getaway space. Against the grain is this one. So this is a very kind of southwest looking home, and it was a different reason for liking it, because this one is in the southeast Utah, and so it is definitely away from everybody by Moab. So there's lots of stuff to do around there, but you're 4 hours to the Grand Canyon, you're 6 hours to Denver, and 6 hours to Santa Fe, and 4 hours to Salt Lake. So there's just a lot to do if you like the outdoors. And getting back to the house, it's on 10 acres, 20 acres. So if you want your privacy, this is it. So it's just, if you want to get away, here we go. It'd be just a great place to explore. Just your own nice little private compound, and it's kind of I think maybe modern rustic, because they used a lighter wood, and and they put some light furniture in here and everything. I mean, nothing's too fancy. If you have to have a gorgeous house that smacks itself in people's face, then maybe this is not the house for you. But if you needed a retreat to get away from it all, ooh, that's kind of weird. Oh my, when you just gotta go while you're doing laundry. But it's got area if you did want horses, you could do that. And I just really, you could hike all. It was, I don't know, I just liked it. So that's my number one. So this one, let's zip back up to the top. Okay, this one, it is on a big lake, and so you have plenty of room to play. It's in between Knoxville and Chattanooga, so you kind of have access to both, like an hour away from both. And it'd be just so fun and entertaining to have people here to visit, to swim, and then to go boating, and to go kayaking and canoeing. And it's well under $2 million, so you can buy an RV and store it here. It's got this waterfall that kind of goes down as it heads down to the lake. It's got a nice boat lifts and boat covers, so that keeps your boat safe. So you got this pool with a view out into the water, which is very fun. And the inside is, I like the wood in it, the richness of it. It just had a warmth to it, and I appreciate it. It's just not all sterile, and you can tell it was lived in and loved quite a bit. And it also it has a nice bar in the basement too, which I thought was cool. But then it has this massive garage that can store 2 RVs or semis or whatever, and then you can drive around, and then there's 2 cars under it too. So just a big workplace area to store all your stuff and have lots of fun. And so here's the whole property that, just going down, you have the pool, and then you have like this waterfall, and then you have the boat docks, and it's on just such a great lake. But that's it. Like I said, I could just do 10 houses on Lake of the Ozarks. This one's located, so it's a little ways from St. Louis, but you got the Lake of the Ozarks here, and just all that fun. If you ever had a boat growing up or anything, it just would be a really good time. And this house is just built for entertainment and built for relaxing. It's got a pool and a hot tub, and on the inside, plenty of room to have your friends in, and just the kitchen is a little different. It's a little shocking because now everything from HGTV whitewashes everything. So you kind of look at it's a little different, but I like it. And this is a secondary kitchen. I'm not quite sure where in the house it is, but I do like all the views outside of the house onto the lake. There's so many different angles, and that come out. I'm gonna pop on down here. Like, you could be, I think this is out the primary bedroom, and you just have a great balcony that you could just sit and relax and have a fan going if it's hot, and it's just very cool. Very, 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 very cool. And then the downstairs continues the party. You got a pool table, take a drink if you're doing the drinking game. A bar area down there. Very nice. I like, this was, for some reason, just was a non-pretentious wine cellar to me. I just kind of liked it. So, very cool. We go to, now a big selling point, the only downside with this house is sometimes you can find them for like 1.6, so you still have enough to buy a boat. But this dock is just phenomenal because it has room for both a smaller ski boat or bass boat, and then it has room for a huge speedboat and one with a cab in it, and you have a little fire pit area over there, and like a little outside deck where you guys can play, and then you could like jump into the water and then come up and swim, so you could go out and boat all day, come back here, have some food, just relax, and then go back out into the water. So it's just a very nice setup. It kind of stinks because the front does not look fancy. I usually have an issue with homes that you pay $2 million and you drive up to it does not look like a $2 million house. For instance, when you drive up to this one, people say, "Oh, that's a $2 million house." So that would be kind of my only issue with it. But anyway, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Those are our Missouri homes. Have a great day. This one kind of beat it out. I think the house itself is spectacular. It's located also in that area, but it's like right next to a state park and this museum and garden library area, and there's 2 golf courses, and you got another art museum down there in Wilmington, and then like I said, you're just not that far away from the best of the eastern seaboard. So it's just crazy. So it's a great option. But then this house itself has 3 acres, so you're not up against other people. It was just warm, lots of wood, special crafted wood and the rock. It just, you're like nature indoors. It had a good clean lines all through the house. This was a bit, I mean, I think I would like it because the kitchen is open up, so I think it would keep it from feeling so cramped in there, and then you got the windows looking to the outside, so even if you're cooking all day, you can still look outside. And it's just it's just a very warm house to me. Even the attention in the bedrooms to the wood along the ceiling was very fun. And you have a TV and a fireplace. So, of course, you have to have your bathroom up against the windows because that's the thing. Got to show everybody your business. So that one is. Let me scroll on down. That was just the best house, because even if you were holed up in a pandemic, this would be a great place to be. So, and it has a pool and a tennis court too. Oh, by the way, they didn't even bother showing the pool. So it was like, oh yeah, it has a pool and a tennis court. I don't know why they thought the tennis court was the big draw, but there, you have all this stuff, so you can get away, have your privacy, and then if you want, go into the city. The number 1 house is in, not close to a train track like my house, but it's in Myrtle Beach, but it's kind of more in the kind of populated area, which in a way I thought would be good because then you're closer to stores and everything and restaurants, and you could live on the beach and then walk to stuff. Some of the other ones where you'd have to drive over, so it's good and bad. If you want your privacy, I'd get the other ones, but if you want, you just walk on over to a bar or restaurant, this would be good. And this has been redone recently, so it not super modern, but it's definitely better than just a nice upgrade from some of the other properties in the area. And it also has just a little bitty pool. So again, if you didn't want to get in the ocean water, you could just relax. I'm thinking more this is for at night when everybody's kind of partying around, and it's just right there, like on the ocean. So that would be my top pick. It is outside of San Diego. They said it was about half an hour or so into town, and here is what I found that I like the best, and it is pending. So by the time you click on this, I'm going to put all the links down below so you can look at these two and kind of browse along with me. But I just really like this house. You look at it with that opening picture, it just looks like a mansion. Some of these houses you see in California, you pull up to it and you tell your friends, yeah, I spent $2 million for this, and they would laugh at you. But it just has all this acreage, and I forget how much it had specifically, almost 10 acres of just, you can roam around, has a nice pool. I'm a big sucker for infinity pools, and I just love that view off that pool onto that water. Just looks great. Don't know what the eagle's about, but it's just very interesting. I really nice kitchen. It's just totally solid, and again, just another nice view. This one's pending, so hopefully they keep the pictures up if you want to click on the links too. But so this would be my vote for my $2 million home. And it does. I said I wasn't going to include horse stables in some of these houses, but this just happens to throw in a horse stable. So you get that. There's hiking around here, you know. So you talk about privacy and during the pandemic. This is just fabulous.